Alright, what's up everybody? So I had a request to do a video on some of my gear that I use. So I'm going to break it off into two different videos. I'm going to do my guitars in one, and then kind of the amp simulators and all that stuff in another one. So in this one I'm just going to focus on guitars. So first up I have my Ibanez. This is a GIO model. It's a very inexpensive guitar. I think I bought it for about 150 bucks around there. I got 11 gauge strings on there, 11 to, I can't remember what the bottom string is, but they're GHS boomers from Michigan, so I buy it in Michigan. I have the only reason why I bought this guitar is just so that I could learn how to adjust the truss rod in the neck, and for that purpose this served me quite well. And I got the action set pretty low. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's almost non-existent. You can't really see it. Some of the pros and cons of this thing: it was very cheap, so that's kind of a pro. It served its purpose for what I needed it for, and it plays pretty well. Ooh. It plays pretty well. It sounds decent, but this is a good beginner guitar. It's not a guitar that you're going to get if you're somebody that's a little bit more experienced, unless you want to learn how to work on it. Some of the cons are the whammy bar. If you use the whammy bar at all, this thing goes out of tune almost instantly, and these tuners absolutely suck. But if you're just getting into guitar, and especially if you're just getting into electric guitar, this is a pretty nice guitar to start off on. Okay, so next up I have my ESP Eclipse. It's flat black. I think I have 10 gauge strings on this one. Set to standard tuning. All my guitars are pretty much in standard tuning at the moment. This one I think cost me about $800 used. So it's fairly expensive, but you can just feel the quality in it as compared to that Ibanez that I was showing you earlier. I don't have anything against Ibanez, but that's a very beginner guitar. The action on this one, I have it set a little bit higher than I had my Ibanez set to. It's right over there, that's why I keep pointing. And I do that because I play this one slightly different, so that's why I have it set slightly higher. Not too bad though. I guess some of the pros and cons of this one. I don't really have any cons. This thing it's great. I love it. Some of the really big pros are the tuners on this thing. It's got this thing where you can actually lock down your strings so it stays in tune better. I guess maybe one kind of con is this thing gets a little loose from time to time, but you can just tighten that, so not a big deal. I got 2 active EMG pickups in it. It sounds great. It plays great. And yeah, I love it. This is my ESP Eclipse. Okay, next up is this monster. This is another ESP LTD kind of a thing. There you go, right there. This is my 7-string guitar. I only use this, I think, in one video. This one I think was about $850, brand new. And I got it set up nice. I got it set up so good. Right now I think I have 10 gauge strings on here, but I usually try to keep about 11 gauge strings on here. Although I might be switching to 10 because it really plays nice with the 10s on it. 2 EMG active pickups. The tuners are nice. I don't know what brand they are exactly, but it stays in tune very well. The neck profile on this one is a little bit thinner, and that allows you to, play these chords easier, bar chords and such like that. That allows me, personally. Everybody's different. But that allows me to play bar chords and sweeping a little bit better. What else can I say about this one? Oh, this one's also a neck through. so it's all one piece. My Eclipse was also like that. I don't think I showed you that, but this is something that I kind of have to have on my guitars now. I love the sound of it. Oops. I love the comfortability of it. It gives you a little bit better sustain. And all in all, this thing is a really nice playing guitar. Really nice sounding, very nice to play. Next up, I have a Ibanez bass. I believe it's an Ibanez. Yeah, another GIO series. Very cheap introductory bass guitar. Nothing too crazy, nothing expensive. I don't really play bass, so I just use this to kind of fill in if I don't have a bass player available. You know, if I'm working on writing a song or a backing track or whatever, I'll just use this. I got my guitar tone on there right now, but I don't really have any complaints about this one, but I'm not really a bass player, so I can't really fully speak to the extent of this. So that's my bass. And then last up, I have this is another Ibanez. Oop, there we go. This is, I don't know what model this is exactly. It says in there, but it's some long numbers and crap. So, this thing I think was about, it's an electric too. I think this thing cost me about $300 new. Not a huge fan of this, to be honest with you. It sounds okay. I don't know if you can hear it, but it sounds all right. But there's always been this weird buzz coming from the inside of it that I don't particularly care for. I can see myself getting a better acoustic in the future. But anyway, those are my guitars. In the next video, I'm going to talk about some of the amp simulators that I use, both in my DAW, which if you're a beginner, you probably don't have one of those, and then just kind of through my PC. So see you guys there.